So again, if you want, for some odd reason my loader has come away up, it's me naturally leaning back on the joystick a fraction. Hey guys, you join me here, Snowman86, and we are on Catlang Crops. So today we're working in field 23, just planting rye. Once we're complete, we will have the field to call our own after it. So important we get that done. We are closing in on the end of year 1 as well, guys. So we'll get a little bit more freedom at the start of the coming year. We've done the major maize harvest of the, I think, 4 fields all in, so they're all complete and done. GPS is acting a little bit funny. So we have those few fields done. We do have, I think it's 3 fields left to do, and they won't be done in any kind of tutorial mission, so we'll have to do them ourselves. So if you want to see that, guys, where we hire in a worker to either harvest or cart, and we'll do the opposite then, obviously. We won't go too big, might even go with a second worker, so we have 2 tractor trailers on the go while we harvest, just for speed. But they're not the biggest fields, so I'm not too concerned about it either. And obviously we want to try and keep costs down as much as we can in this first year, just to try and enable us to be able to get the better gear quicker. So that's something we're also looking at. So if you want to see that, guys, please let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to show you the setup of it. GPS is kind of, it's just oscillating left and right a little bit. It's a bit annoying. We're just going to go round the bush. So it's just pulling me slightly. I think, yep, it's kicked in there again. So yeah, so we're just, as I say, currently seeding this field. We're close to the end of year 1, so lots of things happening. Hopefully we can get through year 2 pretty quick. I think there's a couple of smaller missions to be done there. And once we've that done, then it's kind of free reign to ourselves. Not sure how the main game will incorporate all this into it. Once they release it, will they leave it as it is with tutorials at the start and just to show you the ropes? Or if you're happy enough to just get stuck in, will they just let you dive straight in? Will it have that option? Not 100% sure, but we are nearing the middle of August now, so not too long to go until we get our hands on the final release, which I am definitely looking forward to. Just lower my front loader just a little bit. And we'll lift up. So we're going to try and do the headlands last if we can. Probably the best way to do it. Wow, that's a major pull there. And the one thing we do need again is to invest in a bigger tractor. I know the last time we had the Dites, it was a nice size tractor with horsepower for the price of it. But we'll see this time around. We might aim for the bigger version of this. I think it's the Class 800, is it, or in around that anyway, or it's 900. So we might aim for that. We'll see how we go. But failing that, we might go back to the trusty Dites, as it did a good job for us. So you can just see the GPS is just oscillating slightly left and right. It's It's trying its best, but I think the tractor is getting pulled by the implement behind. One thing I never checked was my spread rate. That's okay. Need to turn it on. That's a little better now, so we will get back to it. I did put fertilizer in, but obviously forgot to do those couple of first runs, so we want to throw it out nice and thick. In my head, that's the one that makes the most sense, but we'll see how it goes. Not the biggest field in the world to do, so we should be able to get through it pretty quickly. Try and stay in cab for a good chunk of it. And I just like the way if you do that view and then look out this side, you lean back that side. It's just small little touches, but it's nice. It's not a dead center pan look back. So we're going to skip one more here to the left, and then we will fill in. And the one good thing I do see as well, after checking the website, is uh, the advertising of multiplayer. So that is definitely one to look forward to. Currently not implemented in this alpha version, but the fact it's advertised is good. Not sure if you'll even get it on day one release, but it's definitely something they're looking towards, working towards. That makes sense. So definitely keen on checking that out as well. This is just a nice game. So we're just going to destroy these couple of bushes, and we're going to destroy those couple of bushes. Not sure where we're going to come out, little off track. So it's just pulling us there. So see if I can get back somewhat center line. And the support of mods and stuff as well is also something exciting to look forward to in this game. I do believe they've recently spoken about map modding, um, so that will be interesting to see what people come up with in terms of maps and how far they can push the limits of the game, much like people do for Farm Sim. There's definitely mods that make the game. So it will be interesting to see how it pans out. And the one good thing, which I noticed in the last one, I think it's called Golden Harvest. Normally, when running tree tractor and trailers with the harvester, we used to get a lot of issues. Well, I used to definitely get a lot of issues. with tractors kind of getting stuck in each other and not following quite right, but it all seems to be worked out. So that's nice to see. Yeah, I think maybe once the tractor plowed into another tractor. Other than that, no issues. Even on the headlands turning and stuff, nothing was getting stuck in each other. So good to see progress being made in that side as well. We're just going to bail out to external view here for a second while we make this turn. And again, we're going to destroy a few more bushes. So there's definitely some good progress being made in the game. Even the loader controls I find are quite more, I won't say forgiving, but the harder you pull back on your joystick, if you have a joystick to set it up to, the faster the loader will move. So do like that. Small little feature, again, simple thing, but not 100% sure Farm Sim is like that. I think for me it's a bit too, if you pull back it's just going to lift up and do its own thing, and it's going to kind of leave you standing there with bales or whatever you're trying to load at the time all over the place. For those for those that don't like the bale handling side of life, nope, she's not going to do it. For those that don't like the bale handling side of life, this game also has a auto load feature. That's going to be a horrible track. It does have the auto load feature as well built into it, where if you're driving by, any trailer will load a bale, or well, any bale trailer I should say. There's only one in the game at the moment, but it has it built into the game for those that maybe find the bale loading and stuff in these games a little bit on the more challenging side of life. For those, I definitely do recommend try it in this game. For one, I don't like it in Farm Sim, but this game, quite happy to sit there and load a bale full of trailers. Trailer full of bales. I'll get there. Not sure if the volume is a little bit low there, so we'll just stop here a second and adjust things. So hopefully that's improved things a little bit, where you can hear more so the tractor than just me waffling on. And again, we're going to turn to the right here and backfill. So yeah, making nice progress through the first season of this game. As I say, looking forward to maybe where we can get in and get a bit more of what we want to do get done. So that's in terms of planting different variety of crops like we were doing, and testing different spread rates and things like that, just to see what gives the best. So we'll try and get all that back going again if we can. But for now, we'll keep plowing away through these. If I bring that up, I can actually, if you just press this one here, you can leave the GPS on but hide those lines. So again, if you want, for some odd reason my loader has come away up, it's me naturally leaning back on the joystick a fraction. Now the one thing I haven't seen in this game so far is a row marker. If I haven't taken, if it is there, I haven't seen it myself. So that'd be one thing nice to see that you could do instead of using the GPS or manually driving the lines. You could also use a row marker to distinguish upon where you want to travel. So that would be an interesting one as well to do. We are closing in. Let me just throw back on the hood a second. We are nearly done here, so it's probably going to give us, it's telling us to just get to 70%. It'll probably ask us to do 100 in the minute when we're done. There was our slightly mistaken line from earlier where we got slightly pulled to the left. Don't ask me why it's now telling me to drive to the farm cooperative. I think we should probably finish this field out. I think now that would be the smart money to do, just in case we don't finish it and all of a sudden we're left with, what is it, a good third of the field not sown. So we don't want to go down that road, so we'll definitely finish it out. Actually, as I think about it, I think before we end up buying a bigger tractor, we'll probably end up using a different seeder. Not even using a different seeder, we'll probably end up buying a seeder first, as in our last rendition we did not really have one. And not that it was painful, but you do lose a little bit every now and then. When I hit the road, you do lose a little bit every now and then when you are transforming from one to the other. We'll say when your lease runs out, you lose a little bit of seed and fertilizer. So if we can we can avoid all that, we will. By purchasing a seeder and having it to hand consistently, and we also need to get a fertilizer spreader. The manure tanker, I do believe, will earn in a mission in year 2 if my memory serves me right, so we don't have to worry too much about that, and that is an expensive bit of gear. So it's nice that you picked that up. So we have a couple of passes left, and then we have a headland run, more or less fully around the outside of the field, as the first pass over here was just cultivated, not sown. Which you can do with this unit. All you have to do is turn the seeding unit off, and as you cultivate, then you could probably cultivate and fertilize at the same time when I think about it. It would probably allow that. Something we might have to test at some stage. And actually, I think as we're on about testing, we might do it here. So if we just disable the seeding unit and we'll drop in here and see, do we get our fertilizer dropping as we cultivate. So we're just going to stop, make sure that our fertilizer system is on, seeding is off. So if I just lower in here now, and I can zoom back just a little bit, you'll see we are now not seeding, but we are dropping fertilizer, which is interesting. Nice to see that working in game. And trying to keep the streak back now as far as we can. So I do believe I've turned it on this time. Yep. So you can see the different textures there again, and also our voice seed is now dropping. So you could treat this as a straight up cultivator as well if you wanted. Option is there. Told me I needed 1,000 liters of rice seed for this, and wouldn't let me put less in to get the mission started, and somehow I feel like it's after conning me there, because we still have 970 liters of rye and our field is more or less done. So we will not be turning here on this one, we're just going to go all the way around and we'll end up finishing here, and that then we'll begin our drive back to the yard. So we'll disable the GPS, we'll start taking over from here, and hopefully we'll just track around the outside of the field. You can see it's cultivating what we've already kind of somewhat seeded. So by doing it this way, then we minimize our tram lines on the field until we come back through with spray. Might be a couple of patches here and there that we're going to miss, like there. I'm not too concerned about it, not for this turnaround anyway. This is just kind of get it in the field, get the mission done. As you see, we're looking to press on as fast as we can. And I'm obviously aware that I probably will have done this seeding video already, So it'll be interesting to see actually even how it turned out. How it turned out compared to this time around. Hopefully we'll have learnt and done a slightly better job. So this is the track we cultivated first. It's just what the mission got us to do, so we did this. Not too fussy, but we're nearly done. As I say, guys, if you want to see those last small tree fields get harvested, it is a maize harvest we'll be doing, and we'll probably ship these stuff to the PGA. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, let me know, and we'll do our best to record it, as they say, by showing the setup for the drivers and setting up the tasks. We'll rent the gear, and we'll probably end up harvesting most of it and leave the drivers head to the pits. So we're going to disable here again, and yeah, it's not going to be a wow, didn't like that turn. Not going to be a fantastic looking field, but we have rye in it. And we have some form or a drop of fertilizer on the field as well, which is handy. So just this last pass here on the outside to do, which again I think we can do manual. And we're going to kind of catch it early. We want to get all the wheel tracks. And we get rid of our GPS, so we don't need it. So we're just going to raise up, shut everything down. In here we're going to turn off our fertilizing system. That is us done. So we're heading back for the shop, which I believe the quickest way is probably this way. One thing I would like to see is more of a track into the field where the AI especially will be driving. So you'll see those kind of yellow lines on the mini map, which we just pull up here for a second. So the orange lines are roads, dark orange lines the main road, and those kind of yellow lighter lines on the edges of the field, they are where the AI will enter and exit the field. So some fields have two, some only have one. So it would be nice to maybe see more so of a track in there, use a dirt track or something, or even to make it look more like a boarding or something like that. Just think it'd add an extra little bit to the map. Like we've just passed one there, and you would not know it was an entrance to a field. There's two more coming here, left and right, and again, no real indication that they're there, apart from the mini map. Nothing coming, so we'll whip across the road, and we're just going to head back to the cooperative. So I won't bore you with the drive, guys. We'll cut this section out, and when we get back to the cooperative, I'll be there again. And we're just rolling in here now, so we'll hit our indicator, and I think this could be the end of it. we're just going to detach. Now you could do this that way by using the detach button, or you can also do it this way, which I believe is here. So you have a manual attach and detach as well, and that is our mission done. So if we pop in here now, we'll see we are left with just the bulls are back in town. Time will fast forward for this one, and that's just the case, I think, of buying new bulls. Yes, so it's kind of just running you through the buying and selling of bulls. So that is one we'll be doing shortly as well. Again, I've already done this one, so probably won't record this one. But as we go into the start of year 2, we'll definitely try and up what we're doing in terms of recording, because we'll have probably a bit more variation in what we're doing. So that's the plan going forward. So yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. Thanks very much as always for watching. I've been Snowman86, this has been Cat and Crocs, and remember, if you do want to see more and you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe button and give it a big old thumbs up. And as always, guys, thanks very much. See you again. Take care.